at the beginning, the first headmistress was Pam Johnson. How many people remember Quentin and Pam? Okay, well, they're now in the States, but I got in touch with her through the miracle of Facebook. And she sent this little message. She said, "I'm delighted to recognise the continued success of Regius School and to congratulate you on your silver anniversary. The founding of the school was a collective effort of so many, and that I hesitate to name names at the risk of leaving names out. But 26 years ago, the elders of the Trinity Fellowship became convinced it was time for the church to found its own school to serve the needs of the church's children." And she says a bit further down, "I and a few others travelled the country visiting the few Christian schools we knew of, seeking to learn how to start a school from the foundations. It took a year of prayer, reading, learning, planning and building to make the dream a reality. As we considered our options, especially considering the facilities we had available, it was decided to have a school initially for church families." And she goes on to say a bit more. I'll leave the letter on the side if you want to read it later, but she says here, "On the first morning of the first day, we began with prayer, asking God to bless our new school and help us to do all to the glory of God. And then I taught the song, 'Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, I'm redeemed, praise the Lord.'" You know that Psalm 127 says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, its builders labour in vain." And I think we can see that actually God has built this house and is building this house. It's now 25 years. We're looking with expectancy for the next 25 years. But Regius means really appointed by the king, or appointed for the king. Just talking with Colin there, it has a sort of kingly theme to it, Regius. And very much, we would say right at the outset, that Regius is all about Jesus. I mean, it's really primarily about him, and it's about gathering together with our children that they might know him and grow up and walk in his ways. Over the years, many people have just remarked on the excellence that there's been in Regius, and we've had various visits from HMI and related bodies. The most recent one was just in this last academic year. Although it wasn't a full inspection, it was a new visit that they were doing as part of a professional engagement approach with independent schools. But they just gave a really positive report, a really positive letter as a result of that. I'll just read a couple of extracts. It says, "The school is developing its children very well. There are appropriate arrangements for maintaining its high standard of attainment and personal achievement within the context of its Christian values." And a bit further down, "The head teacher promotes the clear philosophy that teachers should be facilitators of learning, and this consistency of approach is helping to ensure high standards of learning and teaching for its purpose." And they end with a little paragraph. "We are very confident that the school has the necessary arrangements and procedures in place to ensure continued improvement in the quality of education provided." So, you know, that, if anyone knows how the HMI speak, yeah, all those various is really encouraging. And we just really see God's hand in that over the years, the Lord has always blessed and been gracious to us at Regius. And this is yet another example of his goodness. Obviously with that has gone a huge amount of hard work from teachers and pupils over the years. But we recognise in it all God's favour. Brilliant to see so many of you here today. We've tried to sort of get the word out about today, so if anybody hasn't heard and you get to speak to them, please give them our apologies. But do help us by letting them know that actually we're planning to have a reunion weekend in June, the 2nd of June next year, which is really the sort of main opportunity for pupils and staff to get together. And we're going to plan a ceilidh and probably a barbecue if the weather's good, but some sort of meal. So if you could really help us, perhaps by getting the word out, if you meet former pupils or others that were linked to the school, please let them know. The 2nd of June 2012 is going to be a reunion weekend. But we felt we couldn't let today pass without just marking it as it was the exact day that the school started. So we're going to really continue this short celebration with a couple of worship songs, and Marjorie's going to lead us in that. So let's just sing together as she leads.